Peace and bliss. Hey, the sugar goddess Mystic. Y'all don't judge my nails. Don't mind them. Don't judge them because we going through some things. But really, the polish just falling off. But anyway, we are coming through with what generational curses are meant to be broken by you. A pick a pile edition. Somebody does music. Somebody could be a singer, or you just really like music. I feel like for the main purpose, collectively speaking, I feel like a lot of the generational curse is being broken by all of us, or for all of us, or all of you. I don't know why I'm including myself in this. Maybe I got a pile here, but by all of the people are freedom of expression. Okay, freedom of expression. Yes, I feel like you guys have a lot to do with just expressing yourself and clearing out a lot of the fog in your family dynamics, or even in relationship dynamics. So we have 3 piles here. 1, 2, 3. Please take your time and choose one. I got a little myrrh and frankincense burning. I feel like y'all might hear the little crackling. I hear it. So if you hear it, that's what you're hearing. And of course you hear cars passing because we is outside, honey. We's outside. Yes. Because I like being outside. So anyway, pick a card. Pick a pile. This is going to be pile 1. This is going to be pile 2. This is going to be pile 3. Again, don't judge my nails now. Don't judge them. Don't judge them. Pick intuitively, and then guys, I will meet you at your pile. Let's go. Let's get it, and let's go. All right, so pile 1, you guys chose focus on the brilliance, which is a big old I. Now, from what I'm seeing from this card, I feel like you guys have a big vision, and I feel like a lot of you guys are actually meant to be being seen. Like you're meant to be in the spotlight. I'm hearing superstar. Some of you guys could want to be a superstar, but for the most part, I feel like you're meant to follow your dreams, okay? And as I'm even saying this, I'm being guided to pull a card for y'all from one of my decks. So I'm definitely going to do that. But the card says focused attention, prioritizing, persevering. So some of you guys, I don't know, if it kind of feels like you're meant to create something on your own, like from scratch, and that's what you're meant to focus on. It's also a focus on you just being focused on the things that you actually want to bring into your life. Okay, where is that book at? Because I gotta get that. I need to read it because I know there's a message for y'all, but I don't even see the book. I don't even see the deck. Oh, you know what? I'm tripping. So what number is that? Number 38, 11, 11. So there's also big energy focusing on manifesting the things that you want. Look at that. You see that word? See that? Self-expression, self-identity, the many faces of self-identity, rehearsing the future, a mask as self-protection, knowing your authentic self beneath. Yeah. Okay, let's read it. As human beings, we express many distinctive identities throughout our life. You put on different masks, which are impermanent and interchangeable because your self-expression and perception of yourself evolves. New masks emerge as you need them, as your awareness and inspirations require them. They help you present yourself to others in the way you intend. However, you have no control of the filter through which others perceive you. Cherish those relationships where you don't feel the need to don a rigid mask to feel safe, seen, and accepted. The ones who witness your evolution with open minds and hearts are sacred. Right now, your sights on the future require you to don a new mask and rehearse who you would be before you have the benefit of having experienced it. Ask yourself, who would I need to become to live this future vision? Who would I need to shift to change? Oh, I'm sorry. What would I need to shift to change? Act as if and watch the miracles rise up to greet you. Once you know this, you will live this new life, this new identity, this new version of yourself sooner than you think. Okay, so as I was reading this, I kind of got this. Now, this is going to show up different for everybody. But I feel like some of you guys could have grown up in households where, of course, it was just like, a lot of people projected their own perception. A lot of people projected themselves onto you, like their own perceptions onto you. So I wasn't saying that how I needed to say it. And that could have, you know, made you put on a lot of new skins, you know, like wearing skins or just like fitting in certain boxes that just required you to, I guess, appease other people, right? And I feel like there's a little bird right there, and it's just like getting a little closer listening and stuff. That's why I like being out in nature. So you guys have a lot of people watching you, and I feel like that's why you wear a lot of masks, because it's like the book said, it's a way to protect you in a sense. And I'm cracking my knuckles. I don't even be doing that. So some of you guys could actually have like bad nerves. You probably don't even like attention like that, but you have certain visions and certain dreams that require you to be getting attention, to attract attention. And I feel like a lot of things, a lot of people that do watch you, they do it purposely to get you to stop doing what you're doing. It's almost like a sense of distraction, you know what I'm saying? So this could be family, this could be friends. It's like the way that they watch you, almost as if they're trying to intimidate you or something like that. Yeah. But it's to stop you in your tracks or try to make you feel as if you don't believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? To go against your beliefs or against the vision that you have for yourself. But you're meant to push forward and persevere. You see that big word right there, persevere, and prioritize your goals. And also, what I'm picking up on, because I see this word prioritization, and you know, looking at this big eye, it's giving one eye. It's literally you. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of y'all could also be breaking that curse of putting other people before yourself, people pleasing, and all type of stuff like that. Because it's really giving, I don't know, somebody could be a caretaker or could have been a caretaker for their family. I'm picking up on that energy as well too. And that could have been like something that your family guilt tripped you in often as well. Like, yeah, well, I did this for my mom, or I did this for my mom. You know, when I was your age, I did this, I was doing this. You know, like your family could place a lot of expectations on you. And that could kind of, you know, that could influence you in a sense. You know, it could play tricks on your mind and make you feel as if you're not doing enough, or, you know, you're selfish for putting yourself first or something like that. But nah, like you have something bigger to create or establish for yourself. And I feel like you're meant to realize and also pass this down to your children if you plan on having them, that you have to live your life for you. You can't be living life for other people, and you know what I'm saying, because they have their own lives to live. So even though people do try to place their expectations onto you, you know, let them, but you don't have to listen to them. You don't have to feed into them, you know what I'm saying, or entertain it. That's what I'm looking for. So let's get some cards for y'all. Before I do that, nope, let's just get some cards because I'm feeling that. Where is my deck? Y'all, I got the decks all spread out all over the place because they like anchoring down my blanket because it was windy. It was windy earlier. So I got the decks just everywhere. All right. So we got focus on the brilliance. Show me this. Who is Pile 1? Show me who is Pile 1. 38 could be a significant number to y'all. Somebody could be 38. You could be I was about to say you could be 11, but no, I know you're not 11. But your number, your life path number could be 11 or 3 or 8. You could be born on March the 8th. Hey, what's up, Aries? Wait, no, you're not an Aries, you're Pisces. What's up, Pisces? Let's get it. Show me who is Pile 1. I feel like a lot of you guys could also be like channels in a sense. You have a big vision, and I also see that some of y'all could also be some type of artist as well. You could draw or paint or something like that. Show me, who is pile 1? Who is pile 1, Spirit? Show me. It's a lot about what you guys see, though. Nah, that's too many cards, man. Okay, they like, but that's who they are. So we have the Empress here. We have the King of Wands, and we have the High Priestess in reverse. So with the 7 of Cups, yeah, look at what this is what I'm talking about, okay? You guys could be a parent, or you could just be a mother figure, or just someone in your family who really serves as like the matriarch, regardless of how old you are. Like, you know what I mean when I say the matriarch. And if you don't, that is the person who everyone usually comes to because they know like they can trust them, they feel safe around them, or you know, they just know how to solve problems or make things better. It's like when the family has a conflict, girl, people come to you. So you could be that matriarch over your family, even though you could even be the youngest person in your family, although I don't see that here, but I'm just saying. But looking at this King of Wands, low-key, you could be the oldest. You could have taken a lot of responsibility over your siblings, or had to be the one to step up to be responsible for your siblings or your whole entire family here. With this High Priestess in reverse, there's it's like you're not really honoring your gifts, right? There's an emphasis on that. You not really honoring your gifts, hiding parts of yourself, like that Focus on the Brilliance card said, hiding parts of yourself to make other people feel comfortable, right? Because like I said, a lot of people expect so much from you. You have so many people expecting so much from you, but like, what exactly do they have for you? So you also could be a leader. You could be in a big role. Somebody could also be a father. I'm seeing that with the King of Wands here. And someone could be pregnant. But like I said, someone could be a painter, an artist, someone who draws. You could really be attracted to art, to creation itself. If you are a male or man or masculine presenting person, you could be extremely feminine, or maybe that's like what you want to lean more into. And or if you're a feminine, you could be needing to like balance out your masculinity energies. A lot of you guys are very passionate. You are go-getters, if I may. I definitely have to say that. But like I said, there is a emphasis on you guys not really trusting your intuition, or trusting yourself, trusting the vision that you have for yourself, and focusing on your goals and focusing on yourself, because you have so many different people in your goddamn energy. 11:10 on the clock. So yeah, that's something that you guys need to work on, or focus on, or realize, recognize, and whatnot. Like I said, there's a need for you to prioritize yourself. And you know, I'm gonna bring it back to the whole family thing, where they're like, oh my God, well, you know, my family, you know, when I was young, I did this. That's the whole point. Like, I see and hear about elders, you know what I'm saying? They always want respect from other people. But, and by the way, I see that here. You guys are actually very well respected by other people. You're very well respected by other people, even though people don't want to admit it. Yeah, I see that here. Some people don't want to claim it, or whatnot. And sometimes you don't even want to claim it, but you are. But there is a need, there's like a, what is it? I want to say a pattern, but I know like pattern isn't really the word. But you know how like elders say like, yeah, you gotta, you know, you're supposed to respect me, I'm your elders. And you know, our generation, the millennials, we like, you know, respect is earned, not given. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some of you could have grown up with that type of mindset. And regardless, it's just like, you still have this underlying feeling that you should respect your elders anyway. which is why other people are in your energy. It's kind of like you have this very confused energy. You guys have a lot that you want to do as well. You're very creative. You could have a business. Yeah, you could definitely be a business owner. I'm seeing that here, but you have a lot of things that you want to work on, you want to work through, but you don't really listen to your intuition. I am really seeing that here. It's like you don't really listen or pay attention to your intuition. Let me look at this really quick. And you know what? It's not even that you don't get it, right? It's not that you aren't connected with yourself, although sometimes you can feel disconnected from yourself. It's giving like a follow through. Like you get the guidance, but you don't move on it. You guys could be very secretive as well. You could hold a lot in and not really say a lot to other people. Honestly, I ain't mad at that though. Tell me more about Pile 1. Why is this High Priestess in reverse though? Let me get that. Because I'm really like, I'm being so drawn to this card. Why is the High Priestess in reverse? Something was literally just buzzing in my ear. Why is the High Priestess in reverse? I'm hearing something about someone wants to focus on school, or you're needing to focus on school, focus on your education right now. I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you probably also don't really consider yourself as spiritual. The King of Cups with the Nine of Discs. Yeah, you're very practical. You are very practical. And that's okay. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like you guys kind of shut off the intuitive side of you, the side where you actually need to be tapped into because you don't really want to hold on to certain emotions or feel certain things. Some of you guys could have had like, and I see it right here with this Eight of Wands right here. Look at that with the Wheel of Fortune. Some of you guys could be highly spiritual, but you just haven't accepted your spiritual gifts. It's kind of giving you run away from your gifts because you're afraid of what you've seen. You guys could be extremely clairvoyant. Someone could see spirits out here. But you run away from your gifts because of what you've seen, what you've heard, and what you've experienced. Somebody also could have denounced their path, though, is what I'm also seeing. But you guys, or okay, I'm hearing spirit say, or because you're condemned. I feel like you don't really show up as your spiritual self. Like you kind of hide that part of your life from other people. And you show up as this Nine of Discs. So you guys are very connected to nature as well too, though. I see that. You really look, whoever you are, you really be putting it on though. Like you put whatever mask you be wearing, you wear them well. Like no one could tell that you're pretending. It's kind of giving how they a Virgo energy. How they say like you can never tell how a Virgo feels about you because they don't really make any type of facial expressions. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what that gives. So show me this. What generational curses is Pile 1 meant to be breaking right now? What generational curses is Pile 1 meant to be breaking? What generational curses are meant to be broken by Pile 1? Because I swear to God, if I don't say it like this, I'm just not. I'm not gonna say it right. We have the Lovers here with the Seven of Wands in reverse. Definitely giving relationships, pushing forward and persevering. That is literally it. I fucking said it, girl. Like, oh my God. I feel like this ain't gonna be long at all. Like, because what generational curses are meant to be broken by by the Seven of Wands, by Pile 1 with the Six of Cups. You got a lot of, it's giving a lot of nostalgia here. Past people, past energies, and all types of things. Like I said, it's giving like your family tries to, or even people in your, like people that you have relationships with, they often try to live in the past, or like go back to the past, or refer back to the past of certain situations where it's kind of given like, even though that didn't come out, but it's kind of given like tradition, right? How people like, you know, we got to stick to the tradition and do this and do that. But no, you don't. There's a lot of people in a sense that try to distract you and kind of throw you off your path as well. I'm seeing that. But with the Seven of Wands here, there's like a need for you to push through certain distractions and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? There's a need for you to learn how to find balance as well. And it's a need for you to really know what choices you need to make. That was absolutely crazy because that was so loud. 3 people on a motorcycle. So that could be 3 people in your life. They kind of just try to come in and bring and bring in like disruption, a little chaos. I just don't really care for the sound of motorcycles. And you know what? They just left the person in the back. 2 people passed the car. That's why you heard it. So that's why it was so loud. 2 people passed the car and they just left the last person in the back. So there's a need for you to leave people in the damn past. You know what I'm saying? Especially the people that really can't offer you what you need. Like they can't offer you the same type of diligence or respect that you need or that you try to present them with. But there's a need for you to learn to make your own choices. That's the generational curse that you're breaking. Like the freedom to make your own choices, to have your own choices to make in your life without the influence of other people or without the influence of the past. Someone could also be meant to have, what is the word I want to say? Shit. Come on, girl, get it out. Someone could also be meant to have like a divine or destined type of relationship. And I feel like that too is part of your path, but you're kind of holding yourself back from it or removing yourself from it because you want to do things on your own. I feel like you're also meant to make certain connections with certain people. You're supposed to have certain connections with certain people. Divine connections as well. Divine connections as well. Give me more on this Lovers. Damn, they already came out. The King. Look, the distractions. With the Devil at the end. With the 4 of Wands. I feel like you guys, yeah. You have to learn when and when not to give so much to other people, because that's what I'm seeing here as well. It's like there is a need for you to conserve or preserve your own energy when it comes to other people. You have to know who to give it to. You have to know who to give that to. There's so many distractions here that are just trying to like push you off of your path. And like I said, the first card that came out, the card that you chose, there's a need for you to focus because you know and understand your path. You know and understand your purpose. And there's a need for you to float with it, to go after it. I feel like y'all are gonna be that pile that's, and it could be another pile too, but y'all are gonna be that pile that's like kind of meant to move away from family or people that you grew up with because they don't necessarily align with you or align with what you really want. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, with the Page of Cups here in reverse, yeah, it's kind of giving, yeah, it's kind of giving like naivety. Not calling you naive, but like maybe that's how people view you or have viewed you or treated you. And you're kind of meant to put your foot down with that. Okay. What does the collective need to know regarding this? Regarding breaking this generational curse. What I said, the collective. What does Pile 1 need to know regarding breaking this generational curse? What does Pile 1 need to know regarding breaking this generational curse? What does Pile 1 need to know regarding breaking this generational curse? 2222. You guys need to keep your thoughts aligned with where you're going. And speak speak light into yourself. That was actually the end of the deck, so I feel like that's gonna be a message for every pile. Like, speak what you want to attract into your life. What does pile 1 need to know regarding breaking this generational curse? Their focus. You know what else though? A lot of your family or people in your bloodline could have lost themselves in their relationships. They could have really lost themselves in their relationships and really only, put their all or invested all of their energy into their relationships without really doing what really mattered to them, without focusing on what really mattered to them. Show me, what does pile 1 need to know about breaking this generational curse? We have the Strength here in reverse, the Emperor in reverse, okay, and the 6 of Swords in reverse with the Fool. Wow, the Fool upright. All right, so with this right here, I need to know, like, because everything is crazy how everything is literally in reverse right now. There's a need for you to trust where you are being guided, for sure, right? Trust where you're being guided. But the Strength card in reverse, why? Why is the Strength card in reverse? 9 of Swords with the Hierophant. I was going to say that about the fucking traditions because I saw that Fool card. Wow, the Emperor in reverse. You know what? The Empress came out upright and then the Emperor's in reverse. So it's kind of giving, like I called you the matriarch, but it's giving the freaking, the patriarchy. Y'all may be part of the, I'm speaking to a woman here. I mean, you probably could be a man, but you kind of resonate more with women or feminine energy. But I feel like I am speaking to a woman here, for sure. Or a feminine, I just gotta say feminine energy, because I know some people identify as women or some people are non-binary, and I don't want to disrespect you, but just hear me out. Hear what I'm saying here, okay? This right here is giving destroying patriarchy. Like, it just is. Because I was going to say, when I saw this Fool come out, of course you're meant to pave your own path, you're meant to have more faith and take bigger leaps of faith right here. With this 6 of Swords being in reverse, with the Emperor in reverse and the Strength in reverse, this is definitely talking about you not really conforming or listening to the people in your family when they try to tell you what you need to do, okay? This is, I don't know why, as soon as I touched it, I heard that nobody's coming to save you. So it's something that you guys are meant to do here for yourself, and you have the ability to do that. You're going to do it. Look at this, Empress right here, upright. You have a lot of power, okay? And I feel like you're meant to bring in all that feminine energy and pour in all that feminine energy into your family. I forgot to say this, but you guys are very nurturing as well. You could really, if you don't have children, you could be the person in your family that a lot of children come to, like, all the time. They just want to come and play with you and interact with you. You guys could also be very in tune with your inner child. And if you have children, or even if you don't have children, like, you could be very good with children. Like, children really love being in your presence and in your energy, right? You guys are very attractive when it comes, not just like physically, but not just physically, but energetically. And some people don't even realize or recognize, like, why they're so attractive to you, right? But they are. So let's get to these right here. We have the Moon card with the motherfucking 10 of discs, which is the family card over the Emperor. With the Emperor in reverse, there is a new way that you guys are going to be leading your family. There's a new way that you guys are going to be having a family, or like doing the family things. Like this patriarchal serving tradition, because I gotta slow it down so I can get it out how I need to. It's old. It's old. So you guys are dismantling a lot of old traditions and old ways of how a family functions, or how a family really is. And that's really beautiful. I absolutely love that. And I feel like with the Emperor, with the Emperor being in reverse, the Empress being upright, you're going to be showing either your family, who came before you, or either your descendants, that, you know, there's a whole new way, because you're going to create a new way of going about life, especially going about business, especially going about creation, especially going about abundance. There's going to be a new way. You see this woman here, she in the middle, she's serving the family, and I see that it's a mixed blended family as well. So you guys could be someone who dates outside of your race. Someone could someone could have discovered something about their father, that, I don't know, you have other siblings or something like that, or that there's like I said blended family, damn, and I didn't even mean to say it like that, like to mean that, but that's, in some cases, that's what it means. Someone could have found out that their father was had like a side relationship or a side marriage or something like that, a side child, or the child of their father, oh God, girl, or their husband. Anyway, because damn, like, what's going on here? So let me break it down to you, because I'm understanding why I'm getting this. So let me tell you, because I was saying how we not doing patriarchal serving anymore, and this ain't no offense to no man, you know, I ain't trying to offend or insult you, but you know how, like, we've been hearing this since we've grown up, how men are like, yeah, man, I'm a man, like, I need to cheat, or I'm gonna cheat, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of giving like you don't take no type of accountability or nothing like that. You just saying shit because you heard your granddaddy, excuse me, yeah, your granddaddy, your uncle, and your goddamn daddy say that shit, you know what I'm saying? You don't take no type of accountability. You don't try to push yourself or, you know, be loyal in a relationship, but you expect your woman to be loyal and stay with you and forgive you. And they always try to use the Bible, like, you know, through thick and thin, like you made a vow through thick and thin. And it's just like, no, like, the thick and thin, the problems, death do us part, all of that shit had to do with, you know, maybe you sick, you fell down on hard times, you lost your job, yeah, I'm here for you, but you cheated on me, you're being disloyal. No, you're lying, you're being dishonest. No, it's kind of giving that I'm a man, you know what I'm saying, type shit. And even if, look at that, because I swear to fucking God, there is the moon right here, something hidden. Y'all are supposed to bring that shit to light. Y'all are supposed to bring that to light. And I don't know if that's like a part of you, whether it's like a belief or something that you hide from other people, or if hopefully you're not the one hiding another family. But nah, like, there is something that is meant to come to light, and I feel like you're meant to be the one to shine light on it, especially regarding the family. I don't know who you are. Somebody had to find out about some little sister, a little sibling, a little brother or something like that they dad had on the side, and he trying to hide that shit from the family. I don't know why that's coming out, but that's coming out. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, I feel like y'all are meant to, it's kind of giving like being more dignity, having more dignity. I was gonna say dignitious, and that's probably not no damn word, but anyway, having more dignity when it comes to love, your family, and it's giving you holding men at a much higher, holding them more accountable, and not just letting them say that bullshit Ross Clot. Somebody could be Jamaican, because that was coming up, Ross Clot. Okay, so we have strength here with the Hierophant, and then we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, now, I got the message now. Let me tell y'all something. Especially with this Fool here at the bottom. Like I told y'all, y'all are meant to pave a completely new path. And I feel like you guys have been stressing about this shit. You feel like you're not able to do it. You don't have the capabilities to do it. But I'm going to tell you, you've been chosen to do it, honey. You've been chosen to do it. You guys could be very stressed about a situation that you don't feel like you can hold on to any much longer, but you can. You have gotten through it enough, and maybe it has taken a toll on your mental health because of what all you've experienced and all you've seen. But there's something that you aren't seeing because you are focusing on the pain that it's caused you, on the losses you've taken, on everything other than the bigger picture that you need to be seeing. There is a need for you to change your perspective to a situation and understand who the fuck you are. You need to understand who the fuck you are. Okay? You need to understand who the fuck you are. and the power that you were given and bestowed by your ancestors, by your spirit guides, by your team. This Fool here is requiring you to break into a new path. You have to try something new. You ain't supposed to be here anyway. You ain't supposed to be here. Look crazy. I be having to talk to the insects because they just be flying and sitting and chilling, and then when I get near them, they want to fly away, acting like I'm bothering them. Like, you're in my space. This is where I come. Anyway, final messages of advice. I feel like that was some advice, was it not? Final messages of advice for Pile 1. Final messages of advice for Pile 1. Show me. Final messages of advice for Pile 1, 3311. You guys are meant to master something here. And it could be like your power, your innate power. Also connection, right? So we have the Star, the 9 of Wands, the Chariot in reverse, the 2 of Discs at the end of the deck with the 5 of Discs. Yeah, there's a need for you guys. Definitely protect yourself. Protect yourself and protect what you're working toward, for sure, right? But I feel like there is a need for you guys with this 5 of Discs coming out. Oh, well, that was on top. Hold on, wait. Let me get to this. Let me get to this real quick. You need to figure out what's causing you to slow down. Figure out what's really distracting you right now. The Star card speaks a lot about having faith and keeping the hope, because whatever you're working towards, you have the ability to accomplish. You have the ability to achieve, and you need to know that. You need to believe that within yourself and really keep your hope right here. This is about realizing where you are falling short. Where are you falling short right now? Where are you refusing to make movement or move towards or move from? Because that's causing you a little delay right here. It's causing you a little delay. And I feel like this has a lot to do with you hiding yourself. Give me this. Why the Chariot in reverse? I feel like that has a lot to do with your identity. And I feel like it has a lot to do with you not. The Queen of Discs and the Justice came out with the 9 of Cups. The things that really make you happy. What is going on? What kind of, are we getting packages here? There is something that really makes you happy, something that you really want, but I feel like you kind of hold yourself off from going to get it. You do your own self a displeasure, injustice, if I may, because your focus is on something else, and it could be you focusing on only material things, or this is like how you always show up to be, because you remember I said you show up as the 9 of Discs or the 9 of Pentacles. I feel like you guys don't really let people know when you're having problems. You don't let people know. Like, it's like you have to be the strong one, and maybe it's time for you to understand that you can too be vulnerable. You can be vulnerable sometimes. You don't really allow yourself to be vulnerable. It's like a certain side of yourself that you don't allow other people to see. And that will actually help you close out and remove certain energies from yourself. Close out certain cycles that you no longer have to deal with. Something happened with somebody's mom too. Or maybe someone's mom did something kind of, unjustly. Maybe to slow someone down or stop them. I'm hearing a jealous mother. 9 of Wands here. I said it, protect yourself. I feel like you need to realize where you're being overprotective or like extremely paranoid as well, though. 5 of Discs in reverse. There's a need for you to change your perception about how you see wealth and certain connections. Also someone that you closed out or closed off. Yeah. Someone that you closed out or closed off. I'm hearing somebody say this shit. I keep hearing it, like, let me back in. Let me back in. I can't tell you what to do, but see, With that right there, that Ten of Swords, someone who's betrayed you, you know what to do with that. Only you know what to do with that. And I'm also hearing embrace them. I don't know, somebody, you have a purpose with somebody here. I don't even want to get too much in this because this is crazy, but it could be a friendship. Someone could also be in a same-sex relationship. It's a certain connection that you guys have that, I don't know, I feel like you may be possibly meant to explore more of. Only you know. But someone has betrayed someone, and it could have been your father or whatnot. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's giving somebody needs to be held responsible. Because, yeah, they've been out there tricking. Let me get y'all final card here, because I'm just like, what? Hold on. Final card, final message for Pile 1. Because I just feel like this reading was all over the place. Final message for Pile 1, Spirit, show me. Let me clear this deck real quick. Final message for Pile 1. Final message for Pile 1. It's so crazy how these messages be coming out. Final message for Pile 1. Final message for Pile 1. Show me. When Coyote calls your name, and then we have, could it be a dragonfly? Oh, so when a coyote calls your name, this speaks a lot about different paths, right? The different paths that you guys were going to be called to, but you only know where you want to go. Number 3 is here, and then we have an 3 and 8. All right, there we go. Could it be a dragonfly? Then we have could it be a dragonfly, which speaks a lot about the signs and symbols that the universe gives you to let you know whether you're on the right path or that, you know, they're with you. You see how it's like emitting signals from its, I don't even know like what the parts of the dragonfly are, but it's just letting you know like there you have a spiritual connection. So let's get the number 3. When Coyote calls your name, divine detours, the value of not getting what you think you want, discovering greater treasure when you are forced to change course. Sometimes you find yourself confused about your direction. You may have been so sure you were meant for this situation, this love, this job, or this thing, yet you're forced to walk away. All the signs had been pointing to potential magic and fulfillment, but somehow things are not turning out the way you expected or wanted. When Coyote calls your name, you're being given a great gift. This apparent loss, detour, or change of course has been set in motion to give you what you truly need. The dream weavers know the truth in your heart. They know the perfect reflections of your greatest dreams are already available and woven into the fabric of your life, just waiting for you to discover them. But they are meant to come in a different form than the one you've been attached to. In this moment, it's important for you to surrender your expectations and trust in divine timing and form. When Coyote calls your name, you will know that this was the best way for you after all. Your life is woven true, and the new threads of your experience sparkle. There really was no loss or disappointment at all, only a new meaningful adventure and a beautiful story to tell. All right, could it be a dragonfly? Seeing the meaning beyond the illusion of perception, signs of the universe are all around, recognizing the outer world as a living oracle, paying attention to the signs. There are days when you begin to notice just how in sync you are in the world. While you're thinking of a person, they call you, or you see their name on the side of a truck. You might need to know the answer to something important. Then you overhear just what information you need in the lyrics of a song on the radio. It's common to develop a relationship to a sign that always shows up when the spirit of someone you loved and lost is nearby. Oftentimes it's based in nature, like a feather or a butterfly. Maybe a dragonfly shows up to let you know you're on the right track. Now is the time to just trust those signs in the world around you. as a way in which the universe reflects you, witnesses you, and loves you dearly. Pay attention, as the entire world is your oracle. Uncanny and serendipitous occurrences remind you that you matter, that the universe is watching over you. Could it be a simple dragonfly, or is that a message from your spirit sparkling through its wings? Trust these symbolic moments. They are sacred and personal. All right, Ashe. So yeah, there is a need for y'all to trust the signs that you are being given, especially about certain relationships and certain people. So yes, that'll be it, Pile 1. That's your message. I'll either see you in the comments below or the next video. Pile 2, Pile 2, Pile 2. Alright, this ain't for y'all. I'm clearing my deck because, yeah. I forgot to finish clearing it, but you guys chose A Way Out the Weeds in reverse, and I will read that for y'all. But just the title, going by the title, I just feel like y'all are clearing a lot of family trauma, and the generational curses that are in your family is like, it goes way back. You know what I'm saying? Way back. I'm hearing a lot of where I'm from. I'm seeing eyes here. I feel like you guys were definitely, how they say, like, chosen. Like, your ancestors chose you to come and clear all the shit that's going on in your family. You guys were meant to really clear the way. I don't know, it's kind of like you guys are meant to bring your family out of whatever they are going through. It's like you're meant to lead them, right? It's kind of giving the movie of Moana. I know some of y'all are familiar with Moana, where she broke a generational curse and got their family and their islands back flourishing, because she was a wayfinder. And I feel like that's kind of how you guys are. Y'all are wayfinders, and I don't know why, but it's kind of like I feel like somebody like, damn, they left me with like all of this responsibility to clear this, right? The thing is, whoever you are, you have your ancestors with you. They walk with you to guide you, and they really show you a lot about how to get through what you guys are going through. Okay, so let me get the book really quick. The number is 37. The book right here, I'm talking about really quick. I did put on my gloves because it's cold, and I'm about to end up going in the house, and it's late at night. So y'all have, it's kind of giving like y'all gonna be stuck with like it's the break of dawn. Is it the break of dawn? No, because girl, that's morning time. The sun is setting though, right? It's getting darker outside, and the clouds are just so beautiful. I would turn the phone, but I don't feel like setting it back up, girl. So anyway, here it is. Don't get so caught up in the minutiae, I don't know this word, of life, that you lose sight of the bigger picture. Overwhelmed by too much information and all the things that need doing, you end up spinning out and not doing much well. We're taught that multitasking is a great skill, but often it creates more problems than the ones we're trying to solve. Today is the end of your struggle. You're going to choose only one thing to focus on right now before moving on to the next task or goal. It's a good idea to organize your responsibilities by importance and urgency. What can be done later, or perhaps not at all. Don't forget to ask for Spirit's help. In the end, everything will have to be magically done in perfect order and timing. This is also an invitation for you to take a temporary media diet. Stay off social media completely for at least a day or two. Watch or read only high-level news to stay informed if you must. In this way, you unplug from the frantic energy that is exacerbating the overwhelm. You will return to your center when you allow yourself to quiet down. This is low-key giving like nervous system regulation as well, though. You know what I'm saying? But back to what I was saying, because I know what I just read has absolutely nothing to do about what I just said. And I don't know, that might be the point. But listen to me. You guys were giving like a great responsibility to lead yourself out of a situation. It's kind of given like you were the person dealt with the fucked up hand. But you also have to be the one to strategize and organize in order to get yourself, like, to win. You know what I'm saying? To win the game. Let's get to it. And I low-key forgot the questions I was asking. Show me, who is POW 1? I'm in POW 2. Y'all should have seen how I just stopped the pause. Like, what the fuck? Who is POW 2? It's crazy because y'all number's 37 and POW 1's number was 38. And the deck is very much so, shuffled. Show me who POW 2 is. Who is POW 2? Tell me about POW 2. Who is POW 2? Show me who is POW 2. We have the Hangman here. Somebody could be a Pisces. Literally a Pisces though, because we have 37, 37. Somebody could be born on March the 7th. We have the Queen of Wands. Show me who POW 2 is. Somebody could also be a fire sign. It could be Aries, Leo, Sag. Show me who is POW 2. We have the Knight of Swords upright with the King of Swords in reverse. So you guys, like I said, you have very big, courageous energy. You're very creative, very confident in yourself as well. And I feel like you could also have a lot of big goals, but you guys get off track a lot. Okay? You seem to get off track a lot. With the King of Swords in reverse, you have an issue with organizing, with here we go. So yeah, that whole multitasking thing is like you want to do everything all at once when you need to just learn how to sit with certain things. Okay, so with the Hangman in reverse, I feel like you guys do allow yourself to get overwhelmed a lot, to the fact that you just stop, you pause, or you freeze to a certain extent when you don't need to be doing that. There's a need for you to learn to step out, you know, and really be yourself. I feel like you have so much power and so much magic within you. You could love black cats, or you could be connected to the feline spirit, feline energies, Lyrians, and ancient Egypt, ancient Kemet. With this Knight of Swords here, I feel like you guys really love to speak. You could be messengers, or you just love learning new things as well. You like to practice what you learn, or practice the type of information you get. I'm picking up on the energy of a Gemini, like Gemini energy, because let me tell y'all something about Geminis. We got the King of Swords in reverse with the Knight of Swords upright. What I've learned about Geminis is they are completely different than the Virgos. It's like you guys really do. You gather a lot of information, but sometimes it gets scattered because you don't really understand. I don't know, like, if you really understand, but I'm gonna say it because it's coming out. You don't really understand what to do with it, like what you're meant to do with it. But really, for me, what I see is there is a disconnect from the information and you just bringing it all together, right? There's a disconnect from that, like bringing it, the way that you bring it all together. It's like you don't really understand how to do that part. So that's who you guys are. Now, I called out Pisces, Aries, Leo, Gemini, and Sag. Somebody could also be a Libra too, because I think that's what the King of Swords is, but I think it's like a Libra and Scorpio. You guys need to learn to look at that tower right here behind it, Scorpio energy. You guys need to learn how to strategize, how to plan, how to organize, and bring structure into certain things. And it's about the information that you get. I'm starting to stutter. So somebody could have like a speech impediment or something like that, or you stutter you really think really fast. It's like the information that you get and recall or you pick up on, it comes out very fast, and it almost comes out in spurts as well, to a certain extent, where you kind of lose your words when you're trying to talk or whatnot. Somebody needs to slow it down a little bit. You see, you have fire and air energy, no earth, no goddamn water. So it's kind of like you guys are always moving. You're on a tangent almost, if I may, and you don't really give yourself that time to slow down. I don't know, but with this hanged man, it kind of gives like you slowing down now, or maybe you're learning to slow down, or maybe it's kind of like the universe has to slow you down so you can stop and just think, and let things just be or go how it needs to go, so you can look at it or see it from a different perspective. With the hangman being right here, that's really what I can say. It's like you don't ever stop or slow down until the universe, till the universe puts you down. Some of you guys could be connected very much so to the moon. You could be not in love with the moon, but you could really love connecting with the moon. You guys could be night people, vampires, because I'm literally sitting outside at night reading y'all cards. So that's what y'all hearing. Y'all hearing the cards and stuff pass by right now. But luminary, that's like things that you kind of bring light to certain things as well. You guys get a lot of ideas too, is what I'm picking up on. It's like you get a lot of ideas, pick up on a lot of ideas, but you may not always put action to all of them. But the Queen of Wands here, so I don't know. You just don't go with the plan. You don't go with the plan. You also could be a feminine energy, but I'm seeing two masculines here as well. And like I said, you also could y'all could just really do things really fucking fast. Cause fire spreads real fast when air is in the picture. You know what I'm saying? Air and fire, I would say a disaster, but sometimes it's really a beautiful thing, because fire needs air to survive. So let's get what generational curses I'm about to say Gemini. Somebody could be Gemini. What generational curses is Power 2 breaking? What generational curses are being broken by Power 2? I gotta rephrase it, because girl, I don't even know how I'm getting this thing here out. What generational curses are being broken by Power 2? I didn't even mention Aquarius. Somebody could be an Aquarius as well. What generational curses are being broken by Power 2? The only difference between an Aquarius, and this is no offense to Libra and Gemini, because I know like y'all have your own thing, but even Libra does have some type of structure. They have balance. Never mind, I ain't gonna say it. I was gonna say like Aquarius, I don't know. I can't say it. What generational curses are being broken by Power 2? Show me the generational curses being broken by Power 2. What generational curses are being broken by Power 2? And you know what I'm picking up on? It's kind of like it's almost like y'all are in a rush to do certain things, to learn certain things, because you feel like you don't really have the time to do it. What generational curses are being broken by Power 2? Show me what generational curses are being broken by Power 2. What generational curses are being broken by Power 2? Y'all could be night owls. That's what I wanted to say. What generational curses are being broken by Power 2? What generational curses are being broken by Power 2? We have here the Magician in reverse. Ooh. I like it though, because we had the Queen of Wands right there, like really in your power. Like y'all be in your power. The Emperor in reverse with the 6 of motherfucking Wands upright, and the 2 of Wands at the end of the deck. I love to see it, Power 2. I absolutely love to see it, because what this is showing me, y'all are breaking the generational curse of toxicity, and I was talking about that in Power 1, so that's maybe why I called Power 1. But masculine toxicity, manipulation, not really stepping into your power, power dynamics, and taking advantage of a power, like power abuse. That's what I want to say. Taking advantage of power. I feel like you guys understand what it takes and what it means to really have power, to be assertive and to stand in your power without needing any type of validation from others, or without needing to control other people. You know what I'm saying? Even without competing with others, because you understand that you are your own leader. You know what I'm saying? You guys are very decisive. That's something that you guys really know how to do. You know how to make decisions and move on them. The only thing is, like I said, is you're impulsive, but I don't know, I'm seeing that it works for you. It gets what needs to be done. Like I said, you just need to be a little bit more organized. But the Magician and the Emperor right here in reverse, not me palming the palming the cards like that. Not really. There's some type of full power, or like magnifying the power, stepping fully into the power that you guys are breaking. And I feel like this has a lot to do with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yourself. Because I don't know about your family, but, or the generation or whatnot, your bloodline. But what I'm seeing and picking up on is a lot of your people, they didn't really strut their stuff or step into their power how they really could have. You know what I'm saying? This is about really knowing who you are, using your resources how you really can. You know what I'm saying? And not without the need of taking advantage of them. So, yeah. And I don't know, like, because I'm hearing a couple words coming up, like abuse, abusers, and stuff like that. But I feel like where you are right now in your life, we was talking about you having, like, your family putting this on you, not putting it on you, but like putting you in this situation with a lot of responsibilities. And see, we have it here, the Emperor with the Magician right here. You have a lot of responsibilities because you're given a lot of power, but there's a need for you to really know how to use it well, morally, and with integrity. So your family could have been, of course, abusing their power, and that could have been the reason why y'all kind of end up in that situation, is what I'm gonna say. Because that's all I gotta say right there. Like, I'm trying to say it in the best way possible. But there's, you guys, I feel like y'all make right decisions. Okay, you make good decisions, the right decision, and you know which type of decision that you need to make. Y'all could really like attention to, or just like being in the spotlight, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But you're very confident, and I feel like that's a part of the mission as well. Although you get overwhelmed with doing things, you're very decisive, you're very confident, and you make really good decisions when it comes to what needs to be done. You guys are action oriented, and maybe that's something that your family needed to learn how to be, or learn what to do as well. I feel like you guys aren't really afraid to take action either. That's also something that I'm seeing here. It's like, you know when you need to make a move, or when you need to move, and even if you don't, like, you're still making some type of move, you're making some type of decision when it comes to certain things. But with this Two of Wands right here being under the Emperor in reverse, is definitely giving you making the right decisions, or knowing which right decision to make, knowing which decision to make in order to, like, move you into the right direction. It's like you guys are being heavily guided to make certain decisions, and you're doing it. You have an inner compass that you're very much in tune with, and that you listen to. And I feel like you're showing your people, your family, how to do that as well. That's like the curse that you're breaking. Some of you guys could be like in school, or maybe you have a business, or maybe it's just like you're in a high position at your career. You're doing things your own way. You don't necessarily need a boss, or like, you don't really take what is the word, take favor, is that the word, take favor or whatever to, like, people in authority. And this isn't to say that you having a problem with authority, or, you know what I'm saying, but you understand what it means for people to abuse authority, and you know that that's not necessarily the route that you want to take. And I feel like a lot of people watch you do that. You know what I'm saying? Your people, your ancestors, because I don't know what you've done thus far, what you have done, but whatever you have been doing, it's like you're going a different route than what your family has been doing. Speaking of power-wise and stuff like that, and I'm just gonna say it has something to do with abuse of power. Your people are very proud of you because you've had the option to do so, but you chose to go another route. So yeah, I like that. I love that for you. I absolutely love that for you. And that maybe that is why you're so overstimulated, because like I said, you've been dealt the fucked up hand, and it's so easy to get away with, you know, it's so easy to choose the route that, oh shit, who's shooting out this bitch? Look at me. It's so easy to choose the route that, you know, everybody else chose. Y'all could have grown up in like, I don't know, gang or mob ties or whatever. I don't fucking know. where people, you know, they chose a different route. So you chose a better route for yourself because you wanted a better life. And I feel like you're being applauded for that. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck going on. Like, y'all should see me out here. I'm looking around. Let me get this done. Let me get this done. I gotta go. So I did that. What does Pile 2 need to know regarding the generational curses they're breaking? What does Pile 2 need to know regarding the generational curses they're breaking? We got the Two of Swords here. Like I said y'all are very decisive. The Two of Swords here. The King of Swords here. Show me, what does Pile 2 need to know regarding the generational curses that they're breaking? What does Pile 2 need to know regarding the generational curses that they're breaking? What does Pile 2 need to know regarding the generational curses they're breaking? The Hangman in reverse. Okay, so I feel like I'm hearing the word stutter stepping right here. We got the Five of Swords, the Two of Swords. Y'all see all these swords here? Literally swords, swords, swords with the Hangman in reverse. So there is definitely a need for y'all to know when to move and when not to move, right? There's a need for you to know when you need to sit down and actually develop a plan, a strategy to do certain things when it comes to your decision. And there's also a need for you to sit down with yourself sometimes before making certain decisions, you know, not being so impulsive. The Five of Swords here speaks a lot about the drama, okay? Staying clear from the drama, because you have so much that you have going on for yourself. You're doing a really good job at the choices you're making, and you don't even have to compare yourself to other people. There's no need for that, because I'm seeing that with the Two of Swords in reverse. There's really just a need for you guys to slow down and take your time with what you're doing, what you want to create, with the vision that you have for yourself, okay? It's really straight to the point. And then with the Hangman in reverse, don't resist. Do not resist when the universe is slowing you down, when the universe is putting a pause on certain things, okay? So there's a need for you to not try to change and learn how to surrender when you're being paused, when you're being put on delays, because I feel like it's protecting you from something, all right? You're being protected from something regardless. And like I was saying, I said that don't compare yourself to certain people, but there's also a need for you to not be so competitive with other people as well, or argumentative with other people. Don't be so fast at the mouth. That's somebody's ancestor talking. Don't be so fast at the mouth when it comes to talking to certain people or other people, because you just don't know what they have going on. You don't know what people's intentions are sometimes, and sometimes some people's intentions really are just to get you out of your element. They go to gunshot again. You see what I'm saying? Set you up. Y'all, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just gonna say this. Y'all could be a person whose family, I don't know, it's like, it's kind of giving like y'all made it out the hood, or y'all made it out the struggle or something like that, like, and you could have people in your family who don't like that because of the choices that they made. But see, like I said, you are someone who has been making really good choices for yourself, and it has been very hard, you know what I'm saying, regardless of what you see other people have going on. Like, you could have been the one watching your family like coming in with major money, stacks, racks on racks on racks, because they got like drug money or whatnot like that, while you had to go work a 9 to 5, I don't know, something about 95. You had to go work a 9 to 5 and do what you needed to do to get the type of bread you wanted. Somebody, you know, you could have taken a very traditional route to get what you wanted or get what you needed to do, but you've established yourself very well. So there's a need for you to keep that mindset, to maintain that mindset, and don't let nobody try to talk you out your path or push you out your seat or provoke you, because that's what that's giving. Like, and I don't like that, because I'm hearing spirits say like end you, you know what I'm saying? And I don't like that. Like, that's crazy right there. Like, why did it even have to go there? But that's how people are. You just don't know the intentions of people, and that's why I'm saying it how I'm saying it right now. You don't know the intentions of people. Some people really do want to provoke you so they can have an excuse to shoot you. God damn it, who the fuck shooting out there? Anyway, let's get to the final messages of advice we got for Pile 2, and then I'm taking my ass in the house. I was gonna come out and stay for Pile 3, but we're gonna do Pile 3 another day. Fuck that. What's the message for Pile 2? Final messages of advice for Pile 2. Final message of advice for pile 2. Y'all also need to develop a habit, if you have not already, develop a habit of just sitting down meditating with yourself, because there's a need for you to learn how to be in stillness. Final messages of advice for pile 2. Final messages of advice for pile 2. There's also a need for you to be implementing what you learned, the information that you learned. You guys are very well versed in a lot of different avenues, a lot of different subjects and topics is what Spirit is saying. So there's a need for you to apply that shit to what you're doing, because you have, I don't know, like I'm talking to somebody specific. It's like you have a certain project or something that you're working on right now, and yeah, you need to be focusing on that. Cool. But there is information that you have regarding that, but you're not even seeing that. You feel like you got to go out and go get some more information to learn more about a certain topic, when nah, you got all the information that you need. You just need to sit the fuck down with it. You just got to sit down with it. And I'm talking to you like this because that's how Spirit talking. Final message of advice for pile 2. Look at that, the Ace of Wands. Okay, I love that. Ace of Wands, the Hierophant. The Hierophant with the High Priestess in reverse. All right, and the Ace of Swords. So this is about honoring your truth, honoring information, right? Action, speaking your truth. The Hierophant in reverse with the High Priestess in reverse is definitely much given. Like, you need to pay attention to what your intuition is telling you about certain people in your life. Because I'm definitely seeing like a false mask or a false persona or perception or something like that you need to be paying attention to. Do not ignore your intuition during this time. I feel like some of you guys may need to actually develop or strengthen the relationship that you have with your intuition, with your higher self. And if you need that help, honey, I got an ebook in my description, and linked in the description below, so check that out. But there is definitely just a need for you to learn to sit with yourself. I was saying that, sit with yourself. And listen, like you don't have to do everything the right way. And this is kind of what I'm getting, like, you don't have to follow the path that everyone else did. Like, you don't have to follow that. Don't ever get distracted or, you know, confused about that. Don't get that shit twisted. You got to pave your own path, and that's what you're doing. I feel like you have been doing that thus far, because I said it, you guys are the wayfinders, kind of like Moana in this bitch. Okay, you doing shit that nobody else has done before. So don't get discouraged. Keep working towards it. Keep moving towards it. You guys you get inspired very often. You need to act on your inspiration. Act on the intuition that you're getting. Check in with your intuition and your higher self as well, though. Check in with it, because there are certain things that you need to know and you need to realize about yourself. Look at that damn gunshot again. I feel like this is about you. You're not seeing something that you need to see, because that was 3 shots so far. 3 shots so far. You need to be able to trust yourself and your intuition. Yeah, you need to look at my ebook. There's a lot of hidden things going on around you, and I don't know what the fuck going on. I'm hearing plotting. It's a lot of hidden things going on around you, and I don't know why, but I'm hearing it could be in your circle. It could very well be in your circle. You need to know who to trust. If your intuition is telling you something is fishy or funny about somebody in your circle, or who you are surrounded by, who's often like coming to be in your energy, who coming to get certain information from you, trust that. Pile 2. I keep about to say pile 3. Y'all might be drawn to pile 3 as well. This was short, so yeah. But trust that shit, because there's something crazy going on. Somebody's not who the fuck they say they are, and I feel like you need to honor your truth and stay true to yourself with this Ace of Swords. You need to speak your truth, but do it so in a way that, I can't even say that, like, do it so in a way that you ain't offending nobody, because nah, it's not even like that. Watch your words, okay? That's what Spirit just said. Watch your words. Watch what you say. Okay, pile 3. Nope, damn it. Y'all might be drawn to pile 3, but pile 2. It is many days later, okay? Probably a week later. I don't even know, but so much has transpired, okay? So much has transpired. So My phone actually went dead in the midst of me recording the last bit of the reading, and I realized that I don't think I asked what do you guys need to know in regarding to the generational curse you're breaking, right? But that's not it. Literally as the phone was going dead, I was saying, and this isn't to scare anyone, but if you know, and if this applies to you, then you will know that there are certain people in your circle or your family even that you just need to be careful around and really watch what you say, right? And literally as I was saying that, another gunshot. So I believe that was like 4 in total. I don't know. I'm really hearing so I don't know, I feel like as I'm talking to you, I'm hearing someone could want to harm you. People could be very jealous of you because of where you are in your life, and it's because you took a completely different route, or maybe you're not there yet, but some people can see it, on you, your potential, your light. It's like you're different and you stand out compared to your family. You remember when I was saying you guys were dealt a difficult ass hand? I'm picking up on the fact that there could have been some people to try to actually sabotage your plan, to sabotage your path, your journey, your goals, or whatever you're working towards or working on, and you still managed to come out on top. Now, whether these guys threw the rocks and hid their hands or whether they just blatantly did it, not really sure on that. But how I'm feeling is it's like you guys could have some hidden enemies in your family, and it's because of what you're doing as a person to improve your life or live a better life compared to how your family has lived. So yeah, anyway, I feel like there was something else I had to say, but I can't get to it. I can't get it out, so it's gonna come to me while I'm pulling these really quick. I've done your advice. I did. Which generational curse are you breaking? But show me what Pal 2 needs to know regarding this generational curse they're breaking. And y'all, I literally went in the house after that night. I got bit up by so many mosquitoes, and mosquitoes don't even be out here, during this season anyway. So that just let me know that y'all have a lot of energy vampires either surrounding you in your environment or whatnot. I'm really feeling like this is somebody in your circle, though. I just keep picking up on that energy. It's like someone that you wouldn't expect. They're closer than you think. You probably have been picking up on it, but you just weren't sure, or maybe you recently found out. But oh my God. And you know what movie is coming up? That movie Juice. Oh my God. What is going on? See, that's why I went in the house, because y'all reading came out a little, I won't say dark, but it is rather on the dark side. This ain't the judge, because I get it. But I don't get it. How could you be jealous of somebody? I don't like people like that, because why are you jealous of somebody for trying to live a better life than you? You chose, y'all, everybody got choices. You chose your route. They chose their route. They chose the easier route. You chose one much harder. And I feel like a lot of people probably don't even understand that. They don't even know what all you've been through, or experienced, what all you had to experience and endure to get to where you are, which is fucked up, because they still be mad, hating and shit. I don't like shit like that. Have a fucking seat some damn where. Anyway, let's get to it with Pal 2. What is it that Pal 2 need to know regarding this generational curse they're breaking? And then I'm going to end this off. And no, I'm not going to end it off. I got to pull y'all another card. What is it that Pal 2 needs to know regarding the generational curse that they're breaking? Stop fucking playing. The air out here, yeah. See? Do you see what I'm saying? Let me put this. Do y'all see what the fuck I'm saying here? 5 of Swords. Six of Discs. You see what the fuck I'm saying here? Like, I was picking up on that energy. 10 of Wands in reverse with the Hangman in reverse. See what I'm saying? Okay, we was talking a lot about y'all surrendering, right? Being all up in your head and not necessarily, I'm trying to see how I can fit it all in here, but you know, we just gonna have to make do with what is and what we got. When I was saying about y'all being all up in your head and shit, y'all could doubt yourself a lot. But see, this Five of Swords here, immediately when it dropped, I just saw the drama, the gossip. You know what I'm saying? But this also talks about what I was telling y'all when I was saying watch your mouth. Because there are certain people that literally will be trying to provoke you because of what you got. You know what I'm saying? Because of who you are. And there's a need for you to not really pay these people that type of attention because, okay, are you guys familiar with the quote, you may have won the war but you lost the battle? I feel like that's what this card is representing. Okay, that's what this is. That's what the message that's coming through is. Because there's certain battles, wait, no, you may have won the battle but you lost the war. Yeah, because I feel like war is much bigger than the battle. Anyway, stay with me here. I feel like certain things and certain people that do come into your life, they do try to come and like put you off of your game or whatnot, distract you. Even Five of Swords also speaks of a lot of distractions, frustration, self-doubt, and you know, just thinking yourself out of clarity. There are certain people that could come into your life to try to provoke you, to speak badly on you. And even if this is like what you hear through the grapevine, like gossip, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is something that shouldn't necessarily even be your focus, right? Especially with this Six of Discs in reverse, because it's definitely giving you need to focus on and feed into the things, invest in the things that invest into you. Remember, I was saying I got bit up by mosquitoes. Six of Discs in reverse is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Could also speak of breadcrumbing. People only giving you something just to keep you around. So that's something that you need to pay attention to. Certain people who only give you things, whether it's their company, their attention or whatnot. I'm picking up on somebody who only comes around when either you decide that you're going to start focusing more on something or like getting more serious regarding your life, or when you haven't been around them that long and it's been that long to a certain extent to where they kind of want to like come back just to like stay connected, if you get what I'm saying. I hope that sounds right. I made a message and I don't think I put it on YouTube. I probably will post it on YouTube as a short, because it was talking about being careful about who's coming in your life trying to like keep their attendance up. That is kind of the energy I'm getting from the Six of Discs, because it's literally someone who's just checking in and coming in just so they can say like, you know, nah, like I've been present, I've been here, I've been in your life this whole time. But they aren't necessarily investing in your life as much, or you know, reciprocating the energy that you actually pour into them or invest into them. Be careful of that and be mindful of that. And then this Ten of Wands right here is giving, you know, it's not your responsibility. And this is something that I feel like you need to know, because some of you guys could carry some form of guilt or something like that regarding who you are and what you are doing right now and how other people are feeling about that. It's not your responsibility to care about, I won't even say to care about, but to just carry other people's feelings. Like, even if they're feeling inadequate about themselves, it's not your responsibility. Like I said, you have choices, they have choices. And y'all know that quote. Excuse me. Y'all know that quote, we get the same 24 hours in a day. You chose yours, I'm choosing mine. Somebody could be a trader. And you could do crypto, stocks, forex, and all type of stuff like that. And I don't know, I just feel like you found a smarter way to create income or some type of stream of or flow of income, flow of money. You found a smarter way that wasn't illegal. But it also could have been something that wasn't even traditional either, something that most people don't talk about. I just don't know what it really is. But there's a need for you to really focus on the things that take more than they give. Okay? Be very mindful about the people that are coming into your life trying to distract you, disrupt your path, and speak badly onto you and try to what's the word that I want to say, invade your mind with their own thoughts. It's like people that try to negatively influence you. And there's a need for you when it comes to these people, because I feel like Spirit is wanting me to say it like this, like they're small feet compared to what you really are working on or working towards. They are small feet. So when someone comes and try to talk to you and, you know, get you out of character and stuff like that, provoke you into speaking something back to them, and I feel like it's a setup. Some people do that just because they want you to do something to them so they can have the right to hurt you, to harm you, to be violent towards you. Hence all those gunshots, okay? Because I'm trying to tell you, they was coming. They were really coming. And somebody really didn't want that message to come out, because I swear, as soon as I started talking, telling y'all, like, you know what, be careful. There's somebody in your circle. That phone went off, like dead. There's something also about timing here, speaking of, that you guys need to be aware of, is what I'll say. This Hangman in reverse is about not being so quick. I feel like this is something about you. I don't know. Somebody could feel like they're running out of time with doing something or completing something. Or maybe this is just your inability to sit still when you need to sit still, when you're being guided to sit still. I also feel like, and this is low-key funny, I feel like the universe has been and does, like, they usually pull you out of certain situations that you no longer need to be in. So if you're wondering, like, why certain things suddenly happen all of a sudden and you just, like it was out of your control, that's your team helping you, pulling you out of it. Some of you do need to have a seat, though, and literally sit down and see what is on your mind, what you really want to do, what path you really want to take, or even if this is just you reflecting on the path that you've been on thus far, the people you surround yourself with, because I see in this snake here, you know what I'm saying, your options, your choices, because I see you guys have a lot of confusion about that, and maybe you just need to have a seat. You're avoiding that quiet time, that space that you really need in order to get clear. Okay, so yeah, I keep leaving from this car and coming back, because there's a need for me to tell you, don't be trying to fight with people who you ain't meant to fight with. Like, sometimes these battles that people try to bring into your life, like I said, it isn't yours. They try to bring that because they want a reaction out of you. They want some of your energy, or they just want a reason to retaliate, you know, to respond to you and to attack you, okay? So don't be so caught up in winning battles with certain people that you lose and miss out on something greater than that, just because, you know, you were so caught up in arguing with them and fighting with them. I hope somebody understands what I'm saying, because I'm trying to get it out in a way which you will understand without me saying some crazy shit, because it low-key is crazy. Because what I'm picking up on is somebody trying to harm you. They come in and argue with you. You argue back. Now they got a reason to harm you. You know what I'm saying? To fight you, shoot you, or whatnot. And now you done broke a limb, or even worse, they did the worst. And, you know, and then now it's just like, damn, that all of that could have been avoided. It's like, pay attention to things that really could be avoided by you. And I know, like, people hate the whole be a bigger person thing, This isn't telling, like, I'm not telling you not to say anything at all, but there's a certain way to go about things, is what I'm saying. And that's what Spirit is really emphasizing and has been emphasizing this entire time. So be mindful of that. Where my other cards at? Why are they all the way over there? I was about to say, like, we need a little singing, okay? I need to know, like, what do y'all think? Would y'all like me to come do sound baths? It don't even have to be like a whole 10. I mean, it don't have to be like no whole hour of sound baths. Although I could do that for people who like, you know, to meditate or whatnot. But just curious on what y'all think. Would that be something you guys are interested in? Or maybe I put it in, do something throughout the reading to ground you. I think that'll be cool. To clear out the energy. I think that'll be cool. Y'all let me know in the comments though. Let's get the final message here for Pile 2. I keep, it's crazy because I'm hearing 1 and 2. I keep about to say 3. Y'all could have been drawn to both piles though. Pile 2. Give me the final message for Pile 2. As the weaver's way is true, number 39, and underneath the lizard's skin. Where's the book? Yo, it's so crazy. Okay, let me just say this real quick. Do you guys not see the horse? I've never seen this card either. I've been trying, you know, well, I have been working with these cards, but I have never gotten this card for myself. So that's how I know it be real. This is a whole horse, and we are coming up in the year of the horse. I feel like a lot of things are about to take off for you guys regarding what you're building or what you're working on or working towards. Fast movement, all this orange is giving like fiery energy. A lot of things about to take off very fast for you. I'm hearing a lot of action as well. So Spirit is wanting y'all to take some action regarding what you want to do and what path you want to take in your life. But let's read it. As the weaver's way is true, trusting and surrendering to an essential partnership with the divine, reclaiming your magic. The mythic story of the dream weavers invites us to imagine the purpose of these wise, benevolent beings working on our behalf to represent the higher wisdom that governs our lives. So if we don't really trust in them or any divine force, it means we believe only in our human will to make things happen, that everything is on our shoulders to carry. If we can't see the hidden realms, they don't exist. Only what we see does. Even the idea of our higher self is reduced to a philosophical ideal. Effort then becomes primary. Hard work, struggle, goals to achieve, difficult relationships. A lot of people live this way. You don't. You know deep down that you can only do so much on your own. You need this divine partnership to make your life work. You were born to reclaim your magic, your roots in the mystical ways of the world. Trust becomes essential to surviving and thriving. Today, trust the way that is illogical, intuitive, perplexing, curious, and creative. This is the Dreamweaver's way, and it will always steer you into exploration and adventure. You will meet and befriend extraordinary people who will become your mystical companions. Just keep asking for a sign and the next step will be revealed. Right now, your choice is obvious to your heart. Follow and trust the outcome. I like that message. Number 16, underneath the lizard skin. Actually looks like a very beautiful card filled with joy, but I know that it definitely means about who you really are, being authentic regardless of who the fuck is watching. All right, underneath the lizard skin, number 16, shedding the skin of the past, temporary vulnerability. I'll be fucking up that word, y'all bear with me. As temporary vulnerability as you process something new, releasing resistance to change. There is only one constant in life, and that is change. We are not always aware of how things evolve within us. Sometimes the process is slow and organic, while other times its rapid pace is unnerving. This is the state you find yourself now. The swift peeling away of the layers of your life that no longer serve you or protect you. Be willing to let go of everything you know that impedes your progress. Those things you need to release are hindering that flexibility you need to be in the world. You feel resistant to what is and still, You feel resistant to what is still new and unknowable, but you have nothing to fear. When a lizard sheds its old scales, there is new, healthy skin waiting just underneath the surface. The tender pink skin hardens quickly as you release the old to make way for growth and new life. You need space to breathe and stretch and grow as nature intended. You have been wanting a new life, a new version of yourself, and you are evolving to meet that self. Be present in this new time of discovery. This is a sacred experience that is woven into your destiny. Your soul knows the beauty that is waiting for you. Underneath the lizard skin is a sign for you to trust the process of your own magical discovery. Who are you becoming? The one who is not afraid of shedding the skin of the past to embrace the dream of your future. Ashe. So, yes, POW 2. That is all I have for you guys. And hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comments how it resonated. And, I'll either see you in the comments below or at the next video, possibly at the next POW. POW 3, POW 3, and POW 3. We're going to blame POW 2. We're gonna blame POW 2 for why we here late. Okay. But anyways, let's get to it, shall we? So your card was and let me tell you, I'm gonna have to tell you the story. Your card was This and That Are True in reverse, number 35. When I tell you, I had picked all the cards before I did the reading, of course, and managed to due to POW 2's reading, I had to put all the cards up, and I still came back out here, but I was doing the readings for myself, so ended up losing a card. And then I realized, I looked at all the cards, so I remembered this card, thankfully. Went through the decks, and this was the one I was like, yeah, this POW 3. Anyways, you guys we were talking about what generational curses are you breaking, right? You guys this has a lot to do with being multidimensional, finding a balance between hot and cold, duality and polarity, like being accepting of that, embracing polarity and being hot and cold. What I'm picking up on right now is religion. Okay, so say that you grew up in a Christian household, right? But you kind of veered off intentionally, of course, because you wanted, you felt like there was something more deeper into either another religion, or maybe you just didn't want to wear the religion cap or hat. You didn't want to wear that title anymore. So because of that, you still have certain traditions that you, of course, I won't say that you still believe in, although it could be like you still have certain traditions that you still believe in, or maybe even you still practice. Or there are certain religions that certain traditions that you want to practice, but you feel like it could go against your spirituality, like the whole freedom of you being spiritual, right? The freedom that comes with that. But it really doesn't. You can be a spiritual person who was ingrained with spiritual beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Someone could have been disappointed or heartbroken due to the religious path, or even the spiritual path, whichever one you chose. And I feel like you needed to find your way. But if you really pay attention and just kind of open your mind when it comes to spirituality, religion, and everything like that, you'll realize that they're all connected. And I feel like that's the whole point of being dual, polar, realizing that everything actually does connect, just as light and dark, okay? Because you can't have light without dark. They are literally on the same, how did I say that thing? I said it before. I'm just trying to figure out how I said it. They're on the same spectrum. They just sit at, of course, the opposite ends of one another, okay? Black and white. Same spectrum, opposite ends of one another. I love to use purple and pink as an example, although people say that pink is a lighter version of red. Agreed. But I also feel like it can be a lighter version of purple too. But you know what I'm saying? This and that are true. This and that are true. So there's a need for you guys to be more open-minded. And maybe you grew up in a family where they weren't open-minded. It was like, whatever I say is set in stone. That could be how you grew up and how you actually walk through your life with set in stone beliefs, set in stone truths. But how exactly can you learn if you're not open to, new ideals, new beliefs, processes, practices, traditions, and etc. Okay, so I feel like that's what you are meant to do. That's like one of the generational curses you guys are meant to break. Being more open-minded, seeing the truth in everything, seeing that everything actually brings a balance. Even negative experiences, they are, shit, what was I about to say? Because damn, I lost my train of thought. How negative, now girl, because I can't even get it. I was gonna try to say it again, but I really can't get it. But how negative experiences are, I guess I'm gonna say, just as divine as the positive experiences. Because if you think about it, without the negative experience, would you be able to appreciate the positive experience? You know what I'm saying? Let's read this though. We got number 35. This and that are true. Okay, it says open-mindedness, perspective, nuance, and complexity. Absolutely love that. I didn't even read the words. So removing yourself from a situation can be an act of self-preservation. Despite your good intentions, things might have gone. Hold on, wait. Okay, because I was like, this don't sound like the message. Okay, here we go. Number 35. There is a compelling beauty when considering opposites. Instead of seeking one side as the other, see both in unity, yin and yang, up and down, day and night, each one part of the unified whole. Issues arise when you refuse to see others as divine, as right, and as worthy, because you have no understanding of who or what they are. You might be afraid to look or too sure of yourself to be open to learning something new. Right now, you're invited to consider another point of view. Could this information help you step into a new version of what you thought could never change? Can you hold space for both? And there's perfection and equal purpose in both perspectives. Elements of the old will stand beside elements of the new. And this pivot of perspective will serve to widen your container of abundance in ways you could never have imagined. Can this and that be true? Yes. So as I was reading this, I was thinking this, right? The perspectives things, right? There's a need to see things at multiple perspectives. I feel like this has a lot to do with the generational curses you are breaking, And I don't know, but I'm just getting this also as an example. Like, say your mother or your father, a parent, grandmother, grandfather, say they were just absolutely rude to you, like your entire life, like just mean. Maybe you saw them as someone miserable or just unloving is what I'll say. Say that that's how you always viewed them and that's just something that you always stuck to. Well, what if you found out somewhere down the line that they never were really given love and that they didn't know how to? And I know some people gonna look at this and be like, girl, shut the fuck up, because that's not an excuse. I ain't saying it's an excuse. I'm really not, because hell yeah, we got choices. There are libraries, and I feel like they were libraries back in the day. Okay, but say that, you know, they just didn't have the same access to information that you have. Maybe they weren't aware. Maybe they weren't open-minded. You know what I'm saying? But you are. You are. And this doesn't make them any less worthy than you are, because at the end of the day, they lived and learned through their own experiences. They experienced different things than you did. And this isn't to compare anybody, I swear, but I'm just listen here. In comparison to your experience of them and their experience of their parents or grandparents or family, whoever in their lives, they were the ones that actually got the shorter stick. Some people really cannot, and I'm not saying like they can't as if like they can't, but because it's possible. Like, I'm not saying it as if it's not possible, but some people really can't pull themselves out of their own darkness, or out of the darkness that they've experienced. Like, they don't have that ability because they aren't aware. You know what I'm saying? They aren't aware that they can do that. And some people really just don't have support. Somebody needed this, because where am I going here? But you know, I'm hearing Spirit say grace and compassion. There's a need for grace and compassion in certain situations, and for you to see people as divine regardless of what they do. Because regardless of the situation, what exactly would you have learned without their experience, without you experiencing them? I said I wrote a blog that spoke a lot about, like, if you were never bullied by someone, then you would never really have the, I guess, the knowledge or awareness that you needed to put boundaries up. Like, you probably would have never learned how to have boundaries with people or stand up for yourself. Like, some people's experiences are literally meant to, like, push you into protecting you more. And this ain't even set in stone, because sometimes, you know, people they call out their actions, and words are sometimes a call out for help. But maybe it's just meant for you guys to see things, I don't want to say in a neutral eye, but from multiple perspectives, okay? And I feel like you guys have that type of gift anyway. Like, you're very open-minded when it comes to just about everything, for the most part. Yeah, you guys are very guided by Spirit as well. And I feel like you've always been supported by Spirit since you were a child, which is why you have been very open-minded. I'm hearing, like, connected to the God world. So that's different and new. You guys have a lot of clarity. You could be claircognizant. So yeah, let's get to it. Who exactly is Pile 1? God damn it. Pile 3. Y'all can be drawn to Pile 1. Who is Pile 3? Who exactly is Pile 3, Spirit? Show me. And you listen here. As soon as I said that claircognizant, I'm looking. Look at this. Can you see this on their forehead? Your third eye could be hella opened. It kind of looks like reminds me of like the Mayan calendar or something like that. So yeah, you guys could also be guided, or to you could be guided to, I guess, live a completely different way as your family as well. Studying different cultures, or maybe someone in here is Mexican, and maybe you want to branch out to something completely different from what you've grown into. Show me, who is Pile 3? Who is Pile 3? Show me, who is Pile 3? Who is pile 3? King of Swords. Okay. Like I said, y'all are very trusting as well, is what I'm hearing. Very intelligent, very strategic, very comforting is what I'm hearing. Very claircognizant, like I said. You guys have a way with words as well. I'm hearing witty. But you're very smart, and I feel like you could be very perceptive. You know what I'm also getting? You guys could have a very high education as well. And I ain't trying to stump on nobody's toes or none of that like that. Just bear with me. You guys could have a very high education. Like someone could have their PhD, someone could be a doctor, someone could have their master's, or even your bachelor's or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You could be a nurse, or you could just be like in a very high position in the career field, and you could feel like, you know, a know-it-all. I won't hold it back. Somebody could be a Virgo here, because, you know, they say we know-it-alls. Aquarius, they say they are know-it-alls. 7 of Cups in reverse. 4 of Wands in reverse. You guys are exactly who the fuck you say you are and who you think you are, okay? I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna hold you. The King of Swords, the Emperor. You're very smart. You have a high education. Someone could be in the military as well. But you guys are leaders. You are very authoritative, is what I will say. That's how the cards are coming up right here. You literally have no type of confusion about who you are. You literally have no type of confusion about who you are or what you came here to do. Someone could be an educator as well, is what I'm hearing. A professor, an English professor. Okay. But yeah, you're in some. You know what? I'm naming all of these careers, and I just want to say this because damn, we're gonna move on to something else, but. Of course, I feel like y'all know this. Your career doesn't make you, but someone here likes to study. You're very studious. You love information. You love to learn. So yeah, you could have multiple perspectives already, or maybe that's something that Spirit is wanting you to do, wanting you to kind of branch out of, whether it's educational or institutional, out of the institutional side, and not necessarily leave it completely, but to learn something new. Pick up on something new. I'm hearing pick up and kill it and kill it and kill it. So this could be some things that kind of bring you joy, developing habits or hobbies that bring joy into your life, make you feel really good, make you laugh and whatnot. Someone could have recently gotten a divorce. We have this 4 of Wands in reverse. Somebody could really bury themselves in like work and education and learning. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you guys, thank you, Spirit. I hear it. Somebody like, yeah, I don't have time for relationships. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time for relationships. So here we go. You guys feel like you got to have either the career or the love. Like it's one or the other. So this is for somebody here. You feel like you got to have the career or love. It has to be one or the other, not both. That's not true, girl, or boy, sir, ma'am. That's not true. You can have both. And let me tell you something. With these kings here, I could very well be talking to a masculine, to a man, okay? Because we got this big ass emperor energy here. And the King of Swords. Very much on leadership, very much on strategy, strategic. You guys are very organized, okay? You're very organized. And I feel like a lot of people do look up to you. A lot of people take orders from you. Not in a toxic way, but like as a what you do. A lot of people take orders from you. I'm hearing cancel. Who got canceled? Somebody had got canceled, or maybe your wedding. Somebody canceled the wedding. What happened? 4 of Wands is about, for me anyway, security or whatnot. It probably could have taken you a very long time to find that security within yourself, that safety within yourself. Even when it comes to your action, it could have taken you a long time to build your foundations, the foundation of who you are. Maybe it took a long time to figure out what you wanted, to learn who you are, or really go for what you wanted. Why the Four of Wands in reverse? Let's just get to it. But I do see celebration, right? The passions, families. What this got to do with these people, families? Or could it be the money? Health? I feel like you guys might, yeah, thank you, Spirit. You guys might need to go after, like, that might be another chapter in your life that you may need to invest in, because what I'm seeing here is you're already accomplished here. And let's get the Seven of Cups in reverse. You're already accomplished here, right? Yeah, like I said, you're very strong-minded as well. You're very strong-minded. And I feel like you do have a certain few of friends that you do like to celebrate with and go out with. But there is a need, right? Because I feel like I love this card because it just really gives like this, you've really gained your sense of self. I said self. Stealth. And you guys are very strong. You're very resilient. You've been through so much that you've gained the strength necessary to continue pushing yourself forward. Like, you got you. But now I feel like there's a certain, this is the time where, the chapter of your life where it's time to branch out and invest in something more. Establish something better for yourself. Some of you guys want children. Some of you guys want a family, but you're not sure if you can have it all. I feel like that's really it. And I feel like that may be part of the generational curse that you're meant to break, like to show people that you really can have it all. You can be successful, accomplished, established, well established, and still have a healthy family. But there's this belief or this feeling that you have that makes you feel as if you don't have that. You could have a very unstable family as well, or unstable relationship with your family that you may want to either rekindle or heal. Let's get to it. What generational curses are being broken by Pile 3? What generational curses are being broken by Pile 3? Show me. What generational curses are being broken by Pile 3? Show me. What generational curses are being broken by Pile 3? Show me. What generational curses are being broken by Pile 3? Show me. Yeah, when I get done, I think I'm going to go and eat. What generational curses are being broken by Pile 3? What generational curses are being broken by Pile 3? What generational curses are being broken by Pile 3? It's the way that the cards are falling out. Very different from how my cards usually fall out. What generational curses are being broken by Pile 3? And that's kind of the thing, though. Like, it's about doing what the fuck you want. Look at that Seven of Cups in reverse again. Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups in reverse. We have the Three of Wands and the Seven of Cups. Look at this. The Ten of Cups. Ten of Swords in reverse with the Eight of Swords. Also at the end of the deck. What's at the front? The Ten of Wands. So, for sure, I feel like with this Nine of Cups here, with the Three of Wands and the Seven of Cups, like I said, you guys know exactly what it is that you want, and you probably could be like lying to yourself, telling you that you want something else. But I feel like with the Nine of Cups here, there's certain things that you feel like can't be attainable by you or by the path that you guys are taking. feel like you guys could be very overwhelmed as well with Seven of Cups coming up in reverse. And maybe you're trying to figure out, what do you really want? You know what I'm saying? With this I keep looking at the Ten of Swords because I feel like this is what sets this whole freaking pull out right here. The whole energy. This what sets the energy, that Ten of Swords. So definitely some type of betrayal, right? Maybe you guys are not or no longer betraying yourselves here by listening to what other people have been telling you, because this Nine of Cups here is literally in reverse, and it speaks about wishing for things that you don't really want. Like I said, you guys know who you really are. Maybe you went the right path or chose the right path. You got the education, but you weren't necessarily happy or fulfilled. Maybe that's a chapter that's closing in your life. I don't know. I'm just giving an example. But I feel like with this Three of Wands here, there's a need for you to discover something newer about yourself. You know, go on certain adventures, travel the world, planning more things, because that also speaks of planning, as well as the Seven of Cups in reverse, being overwhelmed with so many things that you have to do that you just need to sit back and plan. You know what I'm saying? There is a need for you to find balance, and maybe that's the generational curse that needs to be broken. The balance, going after what you really want instead of lying to yourself and going after things that people suggest to you. Was it y'all that I said people was influencing? People were negatively influencing you, or was it Pile 2? Because if it was Pile 2, y'all need to go check out Pile 2. Okay? Now, I don't think the whole thing would necessarily be for y'all, but some messages may resonate regarding that. But I'm just really picking up on exploration, travel, exploring the world, seeing the world, and getting out of your own mind's way. Like, your mind being your enemy. Yeah, with the Devil card. Oh my God, yes. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all breaking some type of generational curse that has a lot to do with getting yourself out of a situation that you have power in. I don't know, it's given like you knowing that you have power to get out of certain situations. The confidence, right? Knowing yourself, your power, and who you are, and standing on that. This, because I'm telling you, I keep coming back to this Nine of Cups in reverse. This is literally about knowing what you really want and going for what you really want. Because see, there's a difference between knowing what you really want and going for what you really want. And there's also a difference between knowing what you want and then working towards something else, right? Some people, and this could be you guys, this could be what you learned to do. This could be something that your family has learned to do. Like, how some people say you got to learn how to crawl before you can walk. Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool saying and all. You got to learn how to be humble and all that. That's cool and all. But no, like, that's not how the universe works, okay? When you want something, you literally go for it. You work towards it regardless of what the fuck anybody else says. And as I was actually coming here, I was thinking about somebody. Somebody could be a business owner. I forgot to say that. Somebody could literally be a business owner, or maybe you are a creator, you're an artist, you're someone an entrepreneur. You know, you're someone who wants to be independent. You know what I'm saying? You could be really focusing on building your business, but not wanting to get a job because you don't want to, you don't want to push your business to the side, or you don't want to like put an end to your business. But that's not what getting a job means. You can get a job and you can work your business, you know what I'm saying? Or you can work your job and your business. Like, I see a lot of people who talk about, like, how they quit their jobs and Of course, it's just like a success story. Like, they business made more money than their yearly salary and stuff like that. And that is cool. That probably worked for them. And I am not trying to discourage anybody whatsoever. I'm just saying, like, this is about knowing who you are. You know what I'm saying? That probably worked for them. And I mean, there is a possibility that it could definitely work for you. Hell yeah. Like, I don't even want to say, like, but it might not work for you. But it's about knowing who you are, knowing what you want, and really going for that. Doing what you need to do to get it. You know what I'm saying? I hope you understand what I'm saying. Like, I really hope that I'm not being misconstrued here. So, yeah. Three of Wands about taking action, definitely about creating something, creative energy. I love the Wands because Wands definitely speaks of action, but it also speaks of implementing plans, goals, and everything like that. So you guys, I feel like what you're meant to be breaking has a lot to do with organization, finding a balance in certain things. And as you can see, it's so many things here that I'm trying to cover and pick up on, but they're all different. But I'm feeling like they all tie together. You guys may want to do a lot of different things as well. And I feel like a lot of people try to place you in one box. How people say you got to niche down, but no, hell no. You're not supposed to niche down when you have multiple things to create, when you're a multifaceted individual and you are a multi-dimensional being. Hell no. You can't just box up. You can't just put on one skin. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people probably have been trying to influence you guys to do so. And that's why it hasn't been working. That Nine of Cups right there is about you going for things that you don't want, wishing for things that you don't necessarily want, but maybe you feel like you need out of survival. Okay? So there we go. Getting out of survival mode. Planning. Bringing some type of organization and balance into your life, into your creations. Following your path, though, because you see these yellow boots. Now, if you made my reflection Sundays when I mentioned that, it's definitely about following the path that was paved for you and not the path that other people are trying to make you walk down that has absolutely nothing to fucking do with you. The Seven of Cups. I said this Seven of Cups in reverse is about clarity. Maybe you need that. You need to be gaining more clarity about what you're doing here. And maybe it's time for you to face some type of wounds, or it's time for you to face some type of wounds so you can finally put an end to it. There are certain things that you carry, ancestral betrayal, ancestral wounds that you carry that you probably aren't even aware of. And I feel like, this is piggybacking on speaking about the rude or toxic parent. I don't remember what I said about them, but this is piggybacking off of that, where they are ruthless and not kind or whatnot. You don't have to carry that shit. Because like I said, what was at the front, honey, was the Ten of Wands in reverse, realizing what you have to carry in versus what you don't. There's a need for you to put an end to certain things. And I feel like someone could be afraid to be a mother. You're afraid to have a family because of that, because of what your family has done. Let's get to the next. What exactly... I don't even feel like we did a generational curse. I feel like we did what you got going on. Like, I don't know. What does Pile 3 need to know regarding breaking their generational curse? What does Pile 3 need to know regarding breaking their generational curse? What does Pile 3 need to know regarding breaking their generational curse? We have the King of Cups upright. The Knight of Cups upright. Judgment in reverse. This Ten of Swords again. Give me more on that Ten of Swords. Why does it keep coming out? What am I missing? Give me more on the Ten of Swords. Why does it keep coming out? What am I missing? Two of Discs. Queen of Wands. Something's imbalanced here, and it's crazy because we got that Queen of Wands. Look at that King of Wands. There is, like, I'm hearing mismanaged. There is something that is mismanaged. Your passions versus your feelings. Something's not balanced here, and I feel like that has you kind of betraying your own self for certain people or certain things, because we got this Queen of Wands, we have this King of Wands, we got the Six of Wands under the King of Wands, we got the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Now genuinely, I was gonna tell y'all, there's definitely a need for you to tap more into your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Learn more about your emotions, your intuition, your feelings. You're gonna need to learn how to be guided by your heart, because that's giving cups, love, your passions, your creativity. But this could also be about people, because we have this Judgment here. This is about the path that you choose to take, okay? So this is about what genuinely brings you, like, fulfillment, energetic fulfillment, and not just something that how do I say that? It's like, I guess, infatuation. And I know that the Wands speak a lot about passion, action, and spirit as well. And maybe that's something as well, like, that you need to balance out your spirit, your energy, your spirit, your emotions. They tie together. And maybe you're trying to separate two things that are meant to be one. This could also be, damn, I was going to say like the feminine versus masculine dynamic. But see, although it could be, it still could be, because fire is masculine and water is feminine. How I'm feeling right now is there's a need for you to bring these two together, whether in maybe not even physically, maybe, I don't know, like, but your power, what you are good at doing, your leadership skills. Because I feel like, we talked about how you are very educated, you're very smart, but there's a need for you to pull in your passions. I'm hearing Spirit say your identity, your passions, your energy, how you feel about certain things, really tuning into your energy and your emotions, being more emotionally intelligent. And with Judgment being here with all of these water cards, I'm going to have to say this is not allowing your choices to only be led by your emotions. Because although your emotions are valid, sometimes they aren't necessarily the right guide to, like, you angry, that don't mean you go punch somebody in the face, They don't justify every action you make. So there's a need for you to be mindful of that, okay? Because I feel like some of you guys make certain choices based off of your emotions, based off of how you're feeling, and that could hurt you, that could sabotage you sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Sabotage your progress compared to you being centered and making certain decisions. And if y'all don't mind, I need to know whether these are people or like the archetypes that you need to be exploring. Because what I'm seeing, if they are people, then perhaps these are father figures. But this here is a father and a mother figure right here. It's giving a kingdom. Okay, come on, girl. These gloves, they acting up. Who is this King of Cups? Oh, Okay, so that's you, right? That's you. I feel like you've taken a traditional path and now it's time for you to go into something new. Go after your passions, right? And you can do that. Who is this Knight of Cups? Okay, we still going on with you. Still going on with you here. Why the injustice in reverse, though? I feel like your energy right here, the way that you invest your energy into this, into who you are anyway, is very imbalanced. And maybe it's because you don't really have that much water. You don't use that much. You don't invest in your emotions as much or gauge them. Who's the Queen of Wands? The Knight of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to have to say that's you as well. This is literally the path that you guys need to be stepping into or including into your life. I feel like Spirit is kind of showing the progress of where you can be and where you want to be, what you're thinking about being, considering going towards, but you just don't necessarily have the confidence doing so. And you can. Yes, you can, like Obama said. All right. I know y'all like, girl. All right. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, we can. You can do it. Si se puede. Maybe not si se. I think it's si tu puede. Si tu puedes. All right. Anyway, somebody is definitely Hispanic here because we was just talking about this. But yeah, y'all are probably meant to go on a completely different path than what you are already on right now. And they require different types of energies from you. So if you are the logical person, it's time for you to step into the more intuitive side. If you are more intuitively connected, then it's time for you to step into the action side. It's time for you to be more action oriented and put some moves in there. And this isn't to say that once you step into that excuse me, that you no longer are connected to your intuition or you no longer use your intuition. If anything, it's going to make your intuition better. If you guys are intuitive or if you get intuitive, like if you really live a life guided by your intuition, then yeah, you need to act on them. Bring that balance into action. That's how you balance. That's how you bring balance into your intuition. And if you guys are interested in developing your intuition, maybe you need to strengthen your intuition. Be more aware of your intuition, of your nudges, the nudges and the callings that you get. You want to live a life guided by your intuition, then I have an ebook that you can get. Is in the bio. Learn to listen, honey. Yes, learn to listen. I say in the bio. It's in the description box below, though. Okay. Final messages of advice for Pile 3. Spirit, show me. Final messages of advice for Pile 3. Show me. I feel like you guys are holding on to certain things that you just need to let go because it probably isn't part of your path anymore. 4 of Wands in reverse. 7 of Discs in reverse. With Temperance. Again, another balance card with the 8 of Swords. I kind of figured that was going to come out. Y'all are in a situation that you just don't see a way out of, honey, and you can definitely come out of this situation. There is a way out, and I feel like it's meant for you to open your eyes. It's meant for you to use the resources that you have within you. Like I said, whoever you are, you have knowledge, skills, wisdom from what you've already experienced and gained, from what you've already learned, and you're meant to take that and build the next, not necessarily even build the next chapter, because of course, like, your chapter's already prepared for you, but you need to walk into your next chapter and build the next life that you are wanting with it. Like, maybe ask yourself, how can you use what you've gained thus far? Like, think about all the things that you have gained, the knowledge, the wisdom. Say you are a professor in English, like, you're a teacher. So how can you help teach others? Like, if that's something that you want to do, like, how can you use what you've already gotten as stepping stools to to build the life that you really want for yourself. Okay, I'm hearing something about retiring. Somebody could be about to retire. So yeah, and then we have this high priestess also. So definitely heavy on intuition with the emperor. It's definitely giving that balance, action and intuition, honey. Action and intuition. Y'all need to get that ebook. If y'all need help, the ebook is definitely in the bio. We got the 4 of Wands in reverse, the 7 of Discs in reverse, the Temperance upright. Finding balance, really taking care of yourself. I feel like you guys could be very rooted into your work, into learning and giving, like just outpouring to others, when you need to give yourself some time to replenish your energy, to stay with yourself and be in tune with yourself. So yeah, I'm hearing somebody say slow down. So yeah, some of you guys could be moving a bit too fast. You may need to slow down, take a little break, have a seat with yourself, and just sit with yourself, honey, and literally think about what I just said, especially regarding how you can use your resources, because there are resources, honey, to get you out of a situation that you think you're stuck in. Okay, and you know what also is coming up? You think there's only one way out. You think there's only one way to do something, to accomplish something, to get to where you want to go, but it's not. There are multiple paths. So we have this 4 of Wands in reverse. Why the 4 of Wands in reverse? What is this 4 of Wands in reverse about? Shit. I hate when all the cards pop out like that. I get spirit like, girl, look at the fucking card. I hate when the cards pop out like that, because one popped out first and I don't even remember what it was. What is the 4 of Wands about? Y'all stop and just give me the card now. If I'm asking, just give it to me. So this is about y'all taking action in yourself. I feel like action with yourself. You guys probably don't really feel comfortable with taking action, but it is time. If you feel very insecure within yourself, like you don't have enough going for yourself, there's a need for you to sit back and recognize who the fuck you are as a person, especially if you're doubting going for what you really wanted. I feel like there's a need for you to have a seat and sit down and think about the things that you really feel like, not I'm gonna say it, like the things that you really feel like you're not happy with in your life. What areas of your life are you unhappy with, that just does not light you up anymore? It doesn't make you feel inspired. You need to sit down and think about that, and think about the things that really do inspire you, because I feel like with the 4 of Wands being in reverse, there is like a sense of like your energy kind of dwindling down, falling down, or just not being, there's like a sense of no excitement going on. So you need to find the things that excite you. And you see, we got the 4 of Discs here, moving from the heart. Perhaps you guys need to connect with, I'm hearing a specialist. Perhaps, yeah, I'm not a doctor. This is not this is not any type of medical information or anything, but perhaps you guys need to connect with a specialist. I'm hearing in your career or whatnot, to see, what your options are, or what steps you need to take. Make sure it's someone, of course, that you trust, someone that has a good reputation as well. But I'm also seeing that you need to collect. What the fuck? I was about to say connect with like-minded people. I don't know what that collect got anything to do with, because oh God. Perhaps if you already started working on certain things, like your dreams, your passions, your goals, maybe you had it as a side hustle, maybe you need to collect certain reviews, certain things that kind of give you that good reputation like we was talking about. The 7 of Discs in reverse. There's a need for you to figure out what's working for you versus what isn't working for you. Okay, what isn't working for you? Is there a way to fix it? Do you want to fix it? Like, do you have the energy to continue working on this thing? There's a need for you to think about that, consider that before moving on, because certain things that you guys are working on is like beating a dead horse. That's what Spirit is saying. It's like beating a dead horse. You want something to move forward and you want something to progress, but you're literally at the end of I am stuttering. Somebody could also stutter here, or you could have some type of speech impediment. I was trying to ignore that shit at first, but I just kept stuttering. So somebody could have some type of a speech impediment or something like that. But, cause damn, I said 3 times. No, I ain't laughing at y'all. I'm laughing at me. But what the fuck was I saying? See, this is why I can't do doing this. I gotta stay on track. Y'all can lose y'all sense of track, y'all flow very easily as well. Okay, because I usually come back to it. But anyway, there's a need for you to see what is working and what isn't working, because whatever is not working is taking more from you, is draining you more than is helping you, especially by you continuing to try to force it to work. There's a need for you to stop trying to force certain things to work. If you have to force it to work, and there's a difference between forcing something to work and knowing whether or not you're putting in enough effort to get it to work. Okay, so think about those things. And then temperance, of course, we talked about that. Give yourself more time. Temperance also deals with duality as well. So let's just say this. We're going to bring it from this situation. Say that you are ending certain things. You are completely stopping dealing. You're not dealing with something anymore because I couldn't get it out how I needed to. And you feel as if, that's the end of its wits. Maybe you feel like a quitter, but no. It also could be that when your time is up with certain things and you're honoring that. And that is what honors you. That's how you honor yourself, okay? You're respecting your time, you're respecting your energy, okay? But also, just because you're ending one thing doesn't necessarily mean that it's the end of everything. You're just ending one chapter of your life. You're just ending one section, of your path that wasn't really feeding into you. It wasn't giving you the energy that you were putting into it. And it's not the end of the world. It just means that you're preparing for something new to come in, okay? So there's a need for you to have a certain perspective regarding endings and renewals, releasing things, letting things go, even if they are identities and everything. All right, let's get a final card for y'all before we close this out. I did not expect y'all reading to be so long. I low-key was gonna rush through it. Anyway, let's get a closer call. I'm like, I low-key was gonna rush through it, but I had to sit the fuck down. Okay, final message for pile 3. Loud ass truck. Final message for pile 3. Final message for pile 3. And you know what? Here's another thing, because I don't know if y'all be judging people, but I just said loud ass truck. How certain people hear cars like that, they be like, damn, that shit raggedy, it's a little tutu and all this type of stuff. The whole time somebody just got their car like souped up. Like, don't judge a book by its cover. Let's see, final message for pile 3. Final message for pile 3. We have, if the river flows this way and all the shoes fall from the sky. Oh my God. Yes. I love that card. That card be coming out for me sometimes too, y'all. So let me read it for y'all so y'all can know. Oh shit, I got the wrong book. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Waiting for the other shoe to drop, expectation of failure as a means of self-sabotage, fear of success, not trusting good fortune. Sometimes when good things are presented to us, we keep our guard up because we're still expecting the worst to happen. We exaggerate our fears, or we get triggered and begin to speak about what is missing, what does not work, what could go wrong, or why we shouldn't attempt something. We may genuinely want something but push it away, rationalizing that we won't get it perfect. This mindset is actually a way to exert control over an outcome. You can neither fail nor succeed when you keep yourself suspended, staring at the proverbial shoes falling from the sky. It's easier to remain in stasis than to take the risk and move towards your dream or take action to build something better. This card gently tells you it's time to shift your thinking. Nothing will ever be perfect, and there will always be a shoe that drops here and there. That's life. If you don't step forward towards your dream, you'll regret it. So summon your courage, and the dream weavers will weave their magic of protection around you and shower you with love. All the shoes may fall from the sky in some other universe, but not in yours. That's why I needed to read that, because I knew what was going on then. It all came to me. Okay, 4. Number 4. So that's number 21. That's number 4. If the river flows this way, the importance of going with the flow, feeling the sense of being with one with the currents of life, trusting you will never drown as your destiny wants you to go this way. The flow state is a way of surrendering and trusting the benevolent forces of life. It's surprising that we don't spend more time here, as it's an amazing creative place to be, magical and peaceful, yet brimming with potential. Flow is a state that's readily accessible through any activity that captures your effortless focus, such as meditation, dancing, painting, or even taking a shower. Right now, you're being invited and guided to go with the flow to allow the currents of life to move forward. You don't need to struggle, to plan or strategize, to resist or push. This is not about effort. This magical river knows where it's going and where you fit into its plan. Allowing and surrendering is what's called for now. No matter if the water becomes choppy or feels like it's carrying you away, you will not drown. This is one of the most creative and life-enhancing times for you, and all you must do is allow. When your inspired actions come to the surface, follow along. Whatever is calling for your attention, immerse yourself in it and see where it takes you. If the river flows this way, go with the current, for only the highest goods. Okay, girl, I read that so wrong because I thought we was continuing. Hold on. If the river flows this way, go with the current, for only the highest good. Just keep doing what you've been doing, weaving your dreams and desires in a graceful rhythm, and all will be well. Okay, I love that. I feel like y'all are definitely meant to live a life of flowing and allowing, instead of always having to plan and structure certain things and strategize certain things. You know, being more in tune with your energy, because I'm telling you, you've already lived that path of strategizing, of learning, of wisdom, logic, and information. And it's not saying that you need to shut all of that up and throw it all away, because hell no, it's going to be very important for you at some time in your life. But there's just a new chapter that's unfolding for you, a new path that's unfolding for you, and you guys are meant to embrace that, to go for it. So yes, Power 3, that is all I have for you today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this message. I hope it resonates with you, and let me know in the comments whether it resonates below, how it resonated below, and I will either see you in the comments below or at the next video. Peace.